Is Jenny Slatten okay? 90 Day Fiancé fans spot troubling signs of health decline. 90 Day Fiancé fans are worried about Jenny Slatten after her recent appearance. She didn't seem to be in the pink of her health, and it was evident that something was clearly wrong with her. But that's not all. Some viewers even pointed out many clues that hinted at some underlying health issues that Jenny could be battling without the world knowing about them. But that's not all. It seems that even when Jenny is not well, she has to deal with some shocking dynamics of her in-laws, and there is no escape from them. Is this true? What is this all about? Is Jenny really sick? Keep on reading to learn more about this controversy because the tea is really hot. 90 Day Fiancé, Jenny still has to deal with age gap taunts. 90 Day Fiancé viewers are well aware of the 30-year age gap that Sumit and Jenny have. The latter's parents have finally accepted it, and they are treating Slatten as their daughter-in-law. But it seems that Sumit's extended family isn't able to get over this fact. During a recent episode, one of his aunts was quick to call Sumit and his mother, Sana, out because of Jenny's age. She pointed out how they were breaking the family traditions and wondered if the mother-son duo was in their right mind. However, when it comes to Sumit and Sana, they are on Jenny's side. They explained how they have accepted the age gap, and it wasn't bothering them at all. Moreover, Jenny also made it clear that she was already married to Sumit and there was no going back. The latter also noted that he was really happy with Slatten, and they were already living together. 90 Day Fiancé, is Jenny fine? What happened to her? 90 Day Fiancé viewers have been keeping a close eye on Jenny Slatten, and they are sure that something is not right with her. A Reddit thread recently pointed out that the celeb no longer has the same energy that she once had. The OP noted, "I feel like there's definitely some kind of health issues going on with Jenny and I really hope I'm wrong." The thread pointed out that Jenny has slowed down a lot, and she became more frail than she was. The OP explained that 67 isn't that old age at all. Apparently, her in-laws are in their 70s, and they still seem to be more vim and vigor than Jenny. Hence, viewers are able to see a clear difference between the energy levels of people who actually fall into the same age group. A user even pointed out that Slatten seems to have mobility issues because she was limping a lot. Amid all this, Sumit's parents expect Jenny to support and take care of them during their old age. Moreover, she has to support Sumit in his new cafe and deal with financial issues as well. Hence, fans believe that Jenny is battling with a lot of things. What do you think? Do let us know in the comments section. Why Jenny and Sumit's story feels out of sync with 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way's original premise. The return of seasoned characters Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh in 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way raises both expectations and scrutiny. The plotline of Jenny and Sumit primarily focuses on financial stress, family difficulties, and cultural resistance, but in reverse, whereas the conventional focus of this spin-off is Americans moving to strange, culturally different nations and finding it difficult to assimilate. The purpose of the show is to document the foreigner's adjustment to a new environment, but Jenny is by no means a newcomer. Jenny has already lived in India for years, so she is not constantly overwhelmed by the local culture. She is not the fish out of water, but rather someone who refuses to swim, as evidenced by the several scenes in which she defies conventional expectations, such as performing household tasks or completely integrating with Sumit's family. Meanwhile, Sumit's family becomes the adapting side instead of Jenny, flipping the American in Strangeland premise. The narrative of the season is strained by this inversion. This article will examine why the plot of Jenny and Sumit seems out of sync with the original idea of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. We'll look at how Jenny's defiance of social expectations, their relationship's power dynamics, and how their hardships are framed change the show's thematic focus, and why seasoned viewers could find this change startling. How Jenny and Sumit's arc disrupts 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way's core premise. From cultural outsider to cultural rebel. In 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, the American partner enters a foreign country and must adjust to, understand, and navigate unfamiliar and frequently difficult cultural conventions. However, Jenny is already a part of Indian culture. In the show, she is portrayed as actively resisting rather than learning. Despite spending years in India, Jenny's plot frequently demonstrates that she refused to adhere to the cultural norms. She is less of a fish out of water and more of a cultural hacker, pushing limits she wants to redefine since she is reluctant to help out around the house or follow family rules. This changes the balance of power. Rather than demonstrating adaptation, the story demands that society change to accommodate her. The original tension that results from adaptation under pressure is diluted, and the feel of the show is altered whenever the plot revolves around defiance rather than assimilation. The division of narrative agency between Jenny and Sumit is another way their arcs diverge. Homesickness, adjustment, and cultural shock are all major aspects of the American journey in the majority of other countries. Much of the drama in Jenny and Sumit, however, is on Sumit's family's tolerance of Jenny, arguments about independence, and disputes over tasks. This arrangement gives Jenny and Sumit a stronger sense of belonging on happily ever after than on the other way. This change affects the balance of power. Sumit is frequently seen as passive or accommodating, whereas Jenny is depicted as entitled, uncooperative, or incapable of making concessions. Thus, the show presents culture as the arena in which individual control is fought. This framing undermines the 90-Day Fiancé, the other way premise, which holds that conflict arises not from challenging what one side already knows but rather from immersion, language barriers, traditions, and humbling growth. 90-Day Fiancé, Jenny reveals glam new makeover by hairstylist Sumit. 90-Day Fiancé star Jenny Slatten is looking different with her brand new hair transformation as Sumit Singh reveals his hidden talent. Jenny is a 65-year-old woman from Palm Springs, California, who moved to India to get married to Sumit, 35. They had met more than a decade ago on Facebook when Sumit catfished Jenny using the name Michael Jones. Jenny fell for Michael and, when he revealed his identity, couldn't resist his charms. However, Jenny's age wasn't acceptable to Sumit's family. They married him off to a woman of their choice. Lots of arguments and a long-drawn divorce later, Jenny and Sumit finally got married. Jenny still didn't get Sumit's parents' approval, but even in her mid-60s, Jenny is full of youthful energy. Jenny recently celebrated her birthday by getting a haircut and a new hair color. She sported her signature long blonde and silky tresses on the show. Jenny's hair is now darker, while its length is shorter than ever. However, Sumit gave Jenny's hairdo a glam makeover by using a Dyson Airwrap to make it curly. Jenny joked, "I didn't know I got a husband and a hairstylist." It's a bonus. As Sumit played around with her hair to show off his talents, Jenny was impressed with what he did. "Look at me with curly hair," remarked Jenny with glee. She asked Sumit to use hairspray in the end. She said her curls wouldn't last without hairspray since her hair is thin and baby fine. "Thank you so much, sir. You'll get a tip later," Jenny jokingly told Sumit as he admired his work. Jenny and Sumit were last seen in 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 7 after they got married in August 2021. Since then, fans have been following their adventures in India on social media and sometimes in Pillow Talk episodes. Jenny and Sumit are perhaps one of the most drama-free couples in the franchise. They live a happy life together and don't get involved in the issues of other cast members. However, Jenny and Sumit recently became part of a major scandal. When someone asked 90-Day Fiancé, the Other Way Season 5 star Kimberly Rochelle if she'd met Jenny and Sumit in India, she said they didn't interest her and called them fake. Kimberly also told her followers that she didn't think Sumit and Jenny's story was real. She accused them of faking their scenarios. Meanwhile, Tejaswi Goswami, aka TJ, also had a similar opinion of the couple. He said he never wanted to meet them. Kimberly and TJ's claims came under fire. Jenny and Sumit impressed yet again by dealing with the situation in a classy way. They said Kimberly and TJ were immature kids acting like brats. They insinuated that Kimberly and TJ were the phony couple. Jenny and Sumit keep receiving the support of their fellow cast members and fans as they continue to deal with their critics. Everything that they do together on social media just makes Jenny and Sumit come across as more and more lovable. Sumit Singh and Jenny Slatten reveal brand new 90-day Fiancé update after begging to return amid signs they have money problems. Sumit Singh and Jenny Slatten have been out of the spotlight for a while, but they still hope to return to the 90-day Fiancé franchise in some capacity. The couple first met through Facebook in 2012, and Jenny then traveled to India to live with Sumit. However, his parents didn't accept her and briefly disowned him, hoping he would leave Jenny. Despite this, Jenny and Sumit secretly got married in August 2021 and have been living in India. Recently, the couple has been requesting that the network recast them for the show, but their request has gone unanswered. Sumit seemed extremely happy to spend time with mom and dad recently. Seeing these happy pictures of Jenny and Sumit, Instagram user @GrandmaSiles complimented them for being so darn cute, and advised them to make a reality show of your own. Sumit responded to the comment, saying, "Thank you so much. Maybe one day." Although the network hasn't rehired Sumit and Jenny, they haven't lost hope and wish to grace the small screen once again in their own spin-off. What Sumit and Jenny's hope for a 90-day Fiancé spin-off means. Sumit and Jenny may still be under contract with the network. Sumit and Jenny were last seen in 90-day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 7 in 2022. The couple ended the season on a positive note, revealing they were happy together in India, despite a few challenges. There is a chance that the producers didn't reach out to the couple because they are now happily married and don't face many obstacles in their marriage. 90-day Fiancé typically features controversial couples, leading to dramatic and intense moments. However, Sumit and Jenny are happily married, which may be why they have been out of the spotlight for the last 2 years. However, Sumit's recent response to the fan indicates that he hasn't completely given up hope of returning to 90-day Fiancé. It's possible that their contracts with the network haven't expired yet, as Sumit still seems interested in making a comeback with Jenny. Unlike Big Ed Brown, who openly shared that his contract expires in December 2024, and he is available for reality TV work, Sumit and Jenny haven't disclosed their contract status. Therefore, there is a chance that they could return in the future, as long as they have an interesting storyline with twists and turns. Our take on Sumit and Jenny wanting to return to 90-day Fiancé. Sumit and Jenny have the potential for their own spin-off. Sumit and Jenny hope to get an opportunity for their own spin-off, but it seems unlikely. Their social media updates show that they are still happily married in India, which may deter many viewers from watching them on the show. However, Sumit and Jenny shouldn't lose hope, as other happy couples like Loren and Alexei Bravarnik and David Toborowski and Annie Suwin were given their own spin-offs in the past. If Sumit and Jenny have any recent developments in their relationship that viewers would be interested in, they could potentially have their own 90-day Fiancé spin-off. 90-day Fiancé, The Other Way star Jenny shares the challenges of living with in-laws after years of independence. The popular character from 90-day Fiancé, The Other Way, Jenny Slatten, recently talked about the cultural and emotional difficulties of living with her in-laws in India after 7 years of independence. Jenny, who has been married to Sumit Singh since 2021 and has lived freely with him for years, had become used to their own routine until they moved in with his parents 9 months ago. Jenny acknowledged in an exclusive interview with People, talking about how she wishes to be free again, expressing her struggle with losing her independence in a home where her mother-in-law seemed to dictate even basic choices, such as what to wear or when to pray. At the age of 67, she is acclimating to a world that is complicated by generational disparities, cultural expectations, and the embarrassment of being overseen by someone who is nearly her own age. Jenny held her own in an argument, thanking Sumit's parents for accepting her. Her story is emblematic of the broader crisis faced by reality show couples, as they balance the demands of cultural assimilation, personal boundaries, and evolving notions of independence amid the dynamics of an extended family. 90-day Fiancé, The Other Way, Balancing Independence and Family Expectations. Following 7 years of independence, 90-day fiancé, the other way couple Jenny and Sumit experienced unanticipated conflict when they moved in with his parents. Jenny says she feels as though her freedom has been taken away from her. "I want my independent life back." Their relocation was a culture shift that tested me in a way that asked if I could balance holding true to my own independence while also respecting culture and family obligations in a way that wasn't the bubble I had developed with Sumit. Adjusting to a life with in-laws. Jenny found that moving in with Sumit's family was much harder than she had expected. "The transition has been really hard," she told People, "and it has been made harder by the mother-in-laws, often close in age, instructions on everything from Jenny's attire to when she should pray. We stay in our bedroom most of the time." 90-day fiancé, the other way star reflected, highlighting how her social life and personal space had decreased. Sumit also had difficulty. He acknowledged that he misses their previous level of independence but feels trapped because there is no definite time frame for re-establishing their own space. Despite her annoyances, Jenny expressed gratitude for being welcomed into the family, describing it as a big miracle in itself. These disclosures brought to light the emotional complexities involved in reconciling India's traditional traditions of extended family life with free-spirited individuality. The ongoing search for balance and belonging. Jenny's circumstance demonstrates the subtle yet significant changes an independent person must undergo when adjusting to a multi-generational family. Her statement that she wants to take back the life they had, "It's all put together my way," reflects a desire for identity and independence in addition to physical space. Although his parents are hesitant to let him go, 90-day fiancé, the other ways Sumit acknowledges her unease and acknowledges that the arrangement is challenging. The couple's path currently focuses on finding a balance between maintaining their own rhythm and gaining acceptance from their family, even if there is no set schedule for when they will return to independent living. Anyone exploring cultural integration can relate to Jenny's tale, which demonstrates that personal limits are frequently necessary for love and acceptance within a family. 90-day fiancé, the other way, why Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh are Season 7's highlight. Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh are one of 2 returning couples featured on 90-day fiancé, the other way Season 7. The couple has previously appeared on 3 seasons of The Other Way, so viewers are familiar with their story. Jenny is 30 years older than Sumit, which has been an obstacle in their relationship. Cultural differences have also played a part, as Jenny has found it difficult to adjust to living in India after living in America for her entire life. Since Jenny and Sumit are one of the more popular couples on The Other Way Season 7, we figured it would be good to take a look back on the journey. Here's everything the couple has faced on The Other Way, from Season 1 up until now. Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh broke up after a heartbreaking betrayal during 90-day fiancé, The Other Way Season 1. Jenny and Sumit were first introduced to viewers during The Other Way Season 1. While Sumit initially catfished Jenny, she fell in love with him and was still attracted to him when he showed her his real picture. After years of long distance, Jenny finally decided to move to India to be with Sumit. The move was quite the challenge, however. Sumit's family didn't know about his relationship with Jenny, which she believed to be solely due to their age gap. Sumit would often leave Jenny alone to go and be with his family, which left her frustrated. At the end of the season, Jenny discovered that Sumit had been hiding a huge secret from her. He had been secretly married all along, although it was an arranged marriage his family had forced him into. Jenny left India in tears, believing her relationship with Sumit was over for good. Jenny returned to India to give Sumit another chance during The Other Way Season 2. To the surprise of many, Jenny and Sumit reconciled after Season 1. At the beginning of Season 2, Jenny even decided to go back to India to be with Sumit. He promised that he would work on finalizing his divorce as soon as possible. While Jenny was still hurt, she loved Sumit too much to let him go. Once Jenny arrived in India, she and Sumit moved into a new home. However, things quickly became complicated again. Sumit's parents were strictly opposed to his relationship with Jenny, and he spent the season chasing after their blessing. His divorce was finalized, but his parents were still reluctant to accept them. Nonetheless, the season ended on a positive note for Jenny and Sumit as they officially became engaged. The couple finally married during The Other Way Season 3. Jenny and Sumit returned for a third time during The Other Way Season 3. While their relationship had improved, Jenny had to find a way to stay in India before her visa expired. She looked into getting a missionary visa but ultimately didn't feel like she'd be able to fully commit to the process. This left only one option. Jenny and Sumit had to get married. Sumit wanted his parents to be on board with the relationship, and his mom agreed to consider it under a few conditions. She wanted to ensure that Jenny could be a proper Indian housewife. Sumit's parents moved in with the couple temporarily so that his mom could teach Jenny how to run a proper Indian household. By the end of the season, Sumit's parents seemed more accepting and even told Jenny that they loved her. Jenny